Jesus and his friends, the 12 disciples, have gathered in an upper room for an evening meal. Now, this isn't just any evening meal, though. This is the annual Passover meal. The disciples have been to Passover meals before. Little do they know, however, what is about to occur within the next 24 hours. Jesus will be crucified. They will be in hiding, terrified, filled with anguish, overwhelmed with grief. But this evening meal, it is known as the Last Supper by Christians. And the event itself is recorded in the Bible books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. But the extensive conversation that occurred during that evening is recorded in the book of John, chapters 13 through 17. Now, in chapter 17 is where Jesus prays for his disciples. But what I want to focus on is the verse that comes right at the end of chapter 16. It's actually verse 33. And this is after Jesus has had this long conversation with his disciples. And this is what he says in verse 33 of chapter 16. I, Jesus, have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world. Let's think about what Jesus says. He says, I want you to have peace. Peace, you say? I don't feel peace, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. I'm not sure if I'm even going to have my job next week. I don't know, how my kids are going to survive, or if my parents are going to get sick. Will school be opened in the fall? Jesus wants me to have peace? Yeah. He wants you to have peace. Well, how can that be? Well, Jesus, first of all, knows that you do have trouble in this world. In the middle of the verse, he says, in this world, you will have trouble. Jesus knows what is coming. He knows the disciples were going to live in troubled times. He knows that we would be living in the times of COVID-19. But he says, even though you're going to have trouble in the world, he says, but I have overcome the world. You say, well, that's Jesus. Jesus has overcome the world. I haven't overcome the world. You're right. But let's go back to the first part of the verse, because it says, but Jesus says very clearly, he says, in me you will have peace. You see, it's all about having a relationship with Jesus that we can have peace during these troubled times. So friend, the real question is, are you in relationship with Jesus today? Now, if the answer is no, don't be discouraged. What you need to do is to come to Jesus and say, Jesus, I want to be in relationship with you. I want your presence in my life. I want to experience peace that passes all understanding, peace that will comfort me, because I know that you are with me in the times of COVID-19. You can do that today. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Come to Jesus. I guarantee you, he will not turn you away.